What is the latency, the delay on the Besavior controller when using a different controller as your main input? That's the number one question I get. We're gonna cover it in this video. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. So as you heard in the intro clip, we're talking about the Besavior controller today. Now, you've seen a ton of videos already covering all kinds of functionality, features, and that sort of thing on the Besavior controller. Now, if this one looks a little bit different to you, that's because this is my special modded Besavior 2.0 controller. I did a special build of this controller, which you can check out on this channel. If you're more used to the typical Besavior controller, I do have that here as well. This was a factory modded Besavior controller sent direct from the Besavior team. So I have both controllers. I'm going to be using both for this video. And the main goal here is I'm going to do uncut footage of me connecting different devices to the Besavior controller and playing a game. I'll slow down the footage so you can see me pushing a button and the reaction on the screen so that you can decide for yourself if there's any noticeable difference in the input timing or the latency or delay or whatever you want to call it. That's going to be coming up. We're going to go through it in depth, in detail with every possible configuration, including running it through the Cronus ZEN and seeing if there's any delay that way, because I do get a lot of questions about that as well, since other ways to use the Cronus ZEN using remote play have introduced a bit of latency that people don't like. So they want to know, is the Besavior actually a good solution for finally getting your Cronus ZEN to connect back up to your PlayStation 5? So we're going to cover all of that in this video. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. If you've seen some of our content already and have not subscribed, we want you to join our community. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get back to the video. So now we're at the PlayStation. What I'm gonna do is actually boot up a current gen game. It's important to do the current gen game. So I'm gonna power on my Besavior controller, like that. Now this is connected wirelessly to the PlayStation 5, exactly the same as any other PlayStation 5 controller. I'm gonna open up Horizon Forbidden West PlayStation 5 version. And the reason I'm doing that is because some of the questions I get is, do these connection options that I'm doing work on games that specifically block the Cronus ZEN and or a different controller other than the PlayStation 5. So we're going to use Horizon Forbidden West because it definitely blocks every controller except PlayStation 5 controllers, okay? So we're going to open the game. I'm running a trial because I have PlayStation Plus Premium, which allows me to demo this game without having to actually buy it. I don't even know if I want this game, but you guys asked for me to show these comparisons in a current gen game. This is as current gen as I can get. So I'm gonna say, okay, I've got 4 hours. That's plenty of time to show to you guys these latency tests. Now, to prove that I didn't pull any shenanigans, I'm gonna go to the settings and I'm gonna go to visual. Now, I believe that a PlayStation 5 version is the only one that lets you favor performance or favor resolution. So I'm gonna favor, I don't know, let's favor resolution for fun, right? Now I'm gonna go to continue. I am not far in this game. I've just got through the cutscenes and everything to the very, very first part where it wants me to walk around and do stuff, which is perfect for this test. I don't want bad guys on the screen. I just want to be able to do basic movements and that sort of thing. So here we go. So here I am. This is the regular Besavior controller without anything on it. I'll go out into the light where you guys can see. I'm gonna do like a left and a right movement, and I just want to get a baseline. I want you guys to see what the delay is with the PlayStation controller by itself. So here we go. We're gonna go right, and I don't know, maybe I'll hold this over here. And I'll go left, and I'll go right, and I'll go forward and backwards. And then we'll just try jumping. So we'll go jump, jump, and I'll turn the controller sideways so you can see. So there you go. You can see what it looks like in that mode. Next, I'm gonna do a Besavior controller wired. So we'll go like this. We'll plug this in. Ooh. Plug it in, and let's make sure this is in wired mode. Controller settings, communication method, use USB cable. Okay, so we're on USB cable. You can see it's up there, and we'll just test real quick if there's any change to the latency. Let's go like this, and we'll just push the jump button. Jump, jump. I don't know if I'm blocking your guys' view. Jump, jump, jump. Now that we've established our baseline, we're gonna connect a PlayStation 4 controller with Bluetooth to the Besavior and control this game. So this is now controlling the game right here. Now, you guys wanna see the latency of the PlayStation 4 controller through the Bluetooth connection, right? So we're gonna go to the right. We're gonna go to the left. We're gonna go to the right. We're gonna go forward. We're gonna go backwards. We're gonna go forward, and then we're gonna just do that same jumping exercise. So you ready? We're gonna jump, 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 and I'll hold it like this too. Jump, jump, jump. And we can slow this down, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison of this controller and the PlayStation 5 controller by itself, side by side, so you can see if there's any perceivable latency difference using Bluetooth connection through the Besavior. It should also be noted that this is Horizon Forbidden West for PlayStation 5, and I am using a PlayStation 4 controller. Some people had doubts about the ability to use a true Bluetooth controller that is not PlayStation 5 on a game like this. Let's set up a Cronus ZEN. We're gonna connect an Xbox controller to the Cronus ZEN to use on the game and check the latency that's introduced with a Cronus ZEN in the middle. We need to connect the Cronus ZEN, so to do that, we're gonna plug in our micro USB cable to our Besavior into the Besavior port right there like that. Then we need a controller with a license key, so we're going to use a PlayStation 4 controller, which we're going to put right here, and we'll plug this into the side right there like that. So now this should be on. It is. Now this controller was dead a second ago, so it's going to need to charge. So we're going to plug this into there, which allows us to plug our Xbox controller into there. Now, we've got it all connected. We can turn on our Besavior controller. So now we have our Xbox controller plugged in a really weird way. So try and stay with me here. I'm gonna show you guys the cord so you can see. So I have it wired into my Cronus ZEN. I have the Cronus ZEN connected to this PlayStation 4 controller like this to get the license that we need. I also have the Cronus ZEN plugged into the Besavior in the back, and then I have the PlayStation controller plugged into the PlayStation. So I cannot use this controller right now, as you can see, because we are using the Besavior gateway to connect our Cronus ZEN to the PlayStation 5, which allows us to use our Xbox controller, or if I wanted to, I could use it to connect a PlayStation 4 controller, or, and I know I get this question, you're gonna be surprised, people that want to use the Besavior controller, I can connect a Besavior controller to the Cronus ZEN through the Besavior to the PlayStation 5. I'll cover that in a second because I'll explain why that would be important. But for now, all I wanna do is go to resume, and we will do a latency test of all these connections, okay? So same deal, we're gonna go right, and then we're gonna go left, and we're gonna go right, and we're gonna go up, and we're gonna go back, like that. And then we gotta jump. We still gotta do our jump. So here we go, we're gonna jump, jump. Now I can slow this down. I'm gonna put it in slow motion with a side-by-side of the PlayStation 5 controller without any of this mess and the Xbox controller with all of this mess, so you can decide for yourself if there is latency. Okay, so here we go. Now you're gonna ask, can I run scripts and stuff on the Cronus ZEN like this? The answer is yes. Personally, I have no idea how to use scripts. I tried loading them up for a different video and I failed miserably. So you'll have to try for yourself. Tell me how scripts work out for you. I don't use this for cheating. I just am fascinated with technology and it was something useful to have around to make videos such as this. Now you guys asked, so I'm going to show you, because this is the bonus tip that you've been waiting for. So I'm going to unplug the Xbox controller. I'm going to take out, this is a second Besavior controller. You can see Besavior. Now I made this controller myself using the Besavior DIY kit. So I bought this controller from Besavior. It was pre-modded, it was ready to go. And then I got the Besavior kit and I modded this controller with a few extra goodies for first-person shooters. But the question is asked of me time and time again, can I use my Cronus ZEN with the Besavior? And that's it. The answer is straight up no. I have said it and said it and said it time and time again, but I'm gonna show you why, okay? So with nothing connected, I have the Cronus ZEN connected. This controller is completely locked out. It does not function when I'm using the Beloader type mode to connect a peripheral, an extra device to my PlayStation 5. So this becomes strictly a gateway. So if you like the Besavior controller, but you have to use a Cronus ZEN for whatever reason, I'm not gonna judge you, but for whatever reason you need the Cronus ZEN, the first Besavior controller acts as the gateway. That's all it does. It doesn't matter what controller you want to use with it. It is a gateway at this point. The Cronus ZEN is connected through that gateway. And now on the end of this cord right here, I can connect whatever controller I want. So I can plug in my PlayStation controller like this, and now it will work. So I've got my PlayStation 5 Besavior controller. This allows me to use all my back buttons, so I can map my buttons, and I've already got my custom mapping set up. So like for example, I've got X and I've got square and I've got circle mapped to these buttons. So while I'm in this mode, I can press this button for jump, and you can see the mapped back button will work for jump. And we can do the same latency test. Let me go here. So I'm gonna press, this is the Besavior controller plugged through a Cronus ZEN, through a Besavior to the PlayStation 5, okay? So here we go, X, and you can see the latency. Like it's instant. It is so instant. There's no latency at all. I've said this so many times and people are just like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Now why? Why do we want to do this setup? The main reason why someone wants to do that setup is because the alternative option is this right here, a Beloader or a Beloader Pro. Now these work through your Wi-Fi using remote play. If you have bad internet connection, then you will notice a bit of a delay between your button pushes and what happens on screen. It's gonna happen with remote play. That's just the way that it works. The Besavior solves that problem. It solves a couple problems. Number one is it is not using remote play. It is going directly through the PlayStation 5. The second thing is, because we're not using remote play, you do not need to share any sensitive information. You don't need to share your PlayStation Plus account. You don't need to share your password. You don't need to share any of that. So it's a direct local connection that you do not need to do any special funny business for. It just connects and it works. Now the next thing you're gonna ask me is the ultimate connection. This is the Besavior controller to a Cronus ZEN Bluetooth connection to a Bluetooth controller. Now in this case, I'm using the Cronus ZEN. You could use your Xbox controller through Bluetooth if you want. You could use your PlayStation 4 controller through Bluetooth if you want, or a Switch controller or whatever. But what we want to know, so this is connected through the Cronus ZEN. Right now you can see it's green, so it's connected through Bluetooth, and this is green as well to show that it's the same. And again, we're going to do our final. This will be the ultimate lag test. If this doesn't have lag, nothing will, okay? So we're going to go left, we're going to go right, we're going to go up, we're going to go back, and then we'll do that jump test that we've been doing this whole time. You ready? Jump. As soon as I press it, she's jumping. Now I'll do a slow motion just so you can see it as well. Here we go. Nothing. So you can set all of this up by your PlayStation. You can take this and be connected through Bluetooth wirelessly and do your business while you're playing your game. I have full back button control. So here you can see, I don't know what all these buttons are even gonna do when they're mapped. That does whatever. Jump, dive. So there you have it, a full latency test, a full proof that you can use any controller you want on a current gen PlayStation 5 game that actively blocks devices such as the ZEN. The ZEN is clearly working. It's clearly working with Bluetooth, clearly working with other controllers. It's the ultimate unlock tool, it seems, for whatever it is that you want to do currently. So now that you've seen it for yourself, you can draw your own conclusions. I know a lot of people have been asking, you know, I want another opinion. I want someone else's opinion. Anton, I don't trust you. I trust other people a little bit more. So maybe someone else can talk about this. So I decided I'm not going to give you my opinion. I've shown you what it looks like with just a controller, what it looks like with a Bluetooth connection, what it looks like with a wired connection, what it looks like running through the Cronus ZEN. You decide, you tell me, post in the comments, did you notice a delay of any sort on the input, or was the lag unmeasurable? If you have any other questions about the Besavior, I've got 2 of them, so I can do all kinds of tests and stuff and show you in future videos. So throw your feature requests or your video requests in the comments as well. I love to hear from you guys and make the content that you're looking for. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.